Welcome back to the Healthy is Hard podcast. This is your host, Bailey French, a Purdue-trained nutritional scientist, and today we are going to talk about some simple ways that you can improve your health today. You've been told that healthy is hard, but the truth is, my friend, that finding health can be simple, and I am here to help you do that. If you are ready to take control over your health and win back the confidence in knowing that you are preventing the diseases that run in your family, you've come to the right place. Let's dive in. Hey friend, it is so fun that you're here today. This episode is a replay of an interview between myself, Bailey, and Katie Cleasby. Katie is the founder of an app called Rexpert.com. Rexpert is somewhere where you can get connected to health and wellness professionals, sports coaches for your kids, or health and wellness professionals for yourself to kickstart your health journey. You can find them at www.rexpert.com after the episode, but for right now, sit tight, make some notes for your grocery list, and enjoy this really fun interview between Katie and I.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Katie Cleasby with Rexpert, and we have a special episode today for Meet the Rexperts. Today we have Bailey French with Be Well Health and Wellness Consultants.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Katie. It is such an honor. I cannot wait to share lots of fun things with you guys today.
Yeah, so we're so excited. Do you want to give us a first, who are you, what do you do, and then we'll talk about what all this fun stuff is.
Awesome, sounds perfect. So my name is Bailey French. I am a nutrition counselor. My specialty is in chronic illness prevention. What that means for you is that I am your go-to gal if you are someone that really wants to know what it means to be healthy, but you get a little bit overwhelmed checking the internet because there's just so much information out there. So I am a Purdue-trained nutrition counselor, and most of my clients that I work with have a family member who has experienced some type of chronic illness, one of those core killers in the United States.
Excellent. And where do you serve? What area? Where are we today?
We are in Sterling, Virginia. This is the Mosaic Theory MD office. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, you can find me here in Sterling, and I do in-person consults with the Loudoun County and surrounding areas. But if you are not local, I also do virtual sessions so that we can connect anywhere in the world.
Super cool. So we have some fun stuff today for our Facebook Live viewers. Tell us what we've got going on.
So for you today, we're going to make a fun after-school snack option. A lot of you are probably coming off of spring break. Maybe you really enjoyed the break. Maybe now you're a little bit overwhelmed because there's a lot of mess from kids being home. These are going to be some really simple after-school snack options. Really good if you have kiddos coming home and they are ravenous, like I get sometimes when I come home from the office. Or if you are just a busy adult on the go and need something quick and fueling to get you through that afternoon slump.
Yes.
So,
right now.
Like right now, yeah. 3 o'clock is when it hits for me. So perfect timing. So we're going to start with my favorite super quick and protein-packed fruit dip. So today we're going to use some yogurt cups. I have a light toasted coconut vanilla flavor.
Ooh, and I have a plant-based, because I'm vegan, coconut blend Siggy's, so my yogurt.
Oh, we're both coconut girls. I love it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to open this up. You can also use just a plain Greek yogurt, which is what I usually do, and make a little bit of a bigger batch so you can use it throughout the week. But this is also a really simple option. So the good part of this is that you're going to get some protein from your yogurt, but you're also going to get some protein and heart-healthy, unsaturated fats with some sugar-free nut butter.
Ooh.
So the really important thing with any nut butter, if you like almond butter or peanut butter, cashew butter, the whole situation, I want you to flip it over and look at the ingredients list. So being a chronic illness prevention nutrition counselor, something that I really focus on with clients is how to pick foods that are going to fuel you and not hinder any of your progress. One of those hidden ingredients is going to be sugar. So we want to make sure that you are looking out for sugar Too much sugar can lead to diabetes, heart disease, all the not so great things. So especially in your nut and seed butters, look at the ingredients and make sure it should just be that nut or seed and maybe a little bit of salt. That's all you need to make it.
Okay.
So all we're going to do, I will give you the measuring spoon because I am now able to do this without looking. We're just going to take about a tablespoon of nut butter.
Okay.
And mix it
my tablespoon
straight into your yogurt. And that's it.
What? Peanut butter and yogurt?
Peanut butter and yogurt, and I know it sounds boring, but like I mentioned earlier, there are tons of heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids from your nut butter. You get some good protein from both of these options, and protein is the most filling and satisfying nutrient. So this will help pick you back up when you're low on energy and keep you feeling full and satisfied until dinner time, so you're not picking everything and ruining your appetite while you're cooking.
Yes, you're not ravaging. This is great. I could eat this right now. It's 3 o'clock. I'm ready to do my workout in 2 hours. So
perfect. And I really like to serve it with an apple. It's refreshing, and your apple is going to give you some good complex carbohydrates with some fiber to help give you energy for that workout, push through, and really feel, again, just fueled, filled, and satisfied. So I'm going to have Katie test it out for me.
Okay.
Tell you how it is. You just dip your apple in your yogurt dip.
Okay.
And that's all.
Yummy.
This is a fan favorite for parties too. A healthy, really quick and easy option for guests, for anyone to really just have that kind of healthy option that you might be missing out on.
It's a great combo, for sure. And it's so easy.
It's so easy. So I wanted to have Katie kind of demo it for us today too, because something that I find is people think healthy is really hard. And I host a podcast called Healthy is Hard to help debunk some of those myths, because it doesn't have to be. This option took us 1 minute, and you can make that big batch and have it all week long. Everybody will like it. It is tasty. It is easy. You can cut your fruit slices ahead of time so that everyone in the family can just grab and go.
And what I love about this too, so often I'm running on the go, so I can just grab handfuls of things, right? Like I've got an apple in one hand, toss it in my bag, open the refrigerator, grab my yogurt, and then like now I'm gonna grab the almond butter because it's gonna provide more protein, just like you said. So
awesome. Well, the next thing we have, you have to have a drink with your snack, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna make something called a mineral mocktail.
Ooh.
So I think I left my cup in the other room, so I'm gonna grab one. But this is a whole food source of electrolytes. And electrolytes help keep you energized because they fuel your adrenal glands, which is where cortisol, the stress hormone, is produced. So when you are low on electrolytes, you're probably feeling a little bit sluggish. You might feel a little bit dehydrated, and this is a really simple way to use things you probably already have in your fridge and pantry to fuel yourself back up and really push through that afternoon slump. This contains potassium, magnesium, and sodium, which are our main electrolytes. And those are going to give you that quick boost of energy, as well as some natural sugars from orange juice to give you some carbohydrates, again, for energy. So,
question about the orange juice though.
Yes.
I know you said to check the back for the almond butter for sugar. Are there certain orange juices that are super sugary as well? Or
yes.
For that?
Great question. So this one, again, has just orange juice on the back. And I always get not from concentrate, fresh squeezed if I can find it. I can't always find it in the grocery store, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make the best choice that you can today. So we're going to go in with a splash of, that means that this has no added sugar, just whatever sugar's in the oranges, and that's okay. Fruit sugar is a little bit different than sugar. We can talk about that a whole other day because there's so much to go into there.
Yeah.
But we are going to take just a splash of orange juice. For potassium. Orange juice is a really dense source of potassium. We're going to come in with some coconut water. Again, coconut water, less than 1% sugar, and vitamin C to keep it good in the container for a long time. About half of this container, so about 6-ish ounces.
So would Just with the other half of the container? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, I do this very often, so I've gotten really good at kind of eyeballing how much certain things are. So about 6 ounces of the coconut water that also has potassium as well as the magnesium that you're looking for, and then you come in with just some plain salt. I use pink Himalayan salt, just a little pinch. You can start really small, or you can skip it entirely if you want to. We've been told that salt is not so great for us, and while excess salt can lead to things like heart disease, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Many people are actually deficient in sodium, which can cause some of that high stress situation on the body, as well as a little bit of dehydration from lack of salt, which is a little bit backwards thinking. And then to finish up, we're just going to top it with some fresh water.
Okay. I know as an athlete, like I have the little salt tabs, and you know, competing in Ironmans and triathlons, I take a salt tab every hour. And then even after my workouts, I just crave salt. So I know I'm probably one of those people who are deficient.
Absolutely, because you eat really healthy, right?
Yes.
And you probably don't use a ton of salt because you've been told not to.
Exactly.
So we're going to give it a little stir. And this is optional with or without alcohol of your choice. Like I said, it is a mocktail, but with the salt and the citrus. It's a little margarita-esque.
Love it.
So a really fun way to get your electrolytes and minerals in, feel a little bit charged up.
Cheers.
Cheers. And enjoy your afternoon.
Oh, it's almost like a homemade, like, Gatorade or something. Like
that is exactly what it is. I'm so glad you said that. That's exactly what this is. And you're using those whole food sources of nutrients, so you know that you're getting some additional nutrient boost in the middle of your day.
Sure. Yeah, I love it. So the combination of your little mocktail and you've got your energy for the afternoon, quick go. These are all just easy food options on the go, right? For the busy, like you said, parent, for those who use our website.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So maybe we can, as we're sipping on our mocktails, this is a great time to learn about a little bit more about you and your business.
Perfect.
So tell us, like, how did you get involved in nutrition? Like, what led you to this point where you are now?
Great question. So my mom is a stage 4 ovarian cancer survivor, and she was lucky enough to get a spot at the Cancer Treatment Centers of America in Noonan, Georgia. Her team there was absolutely incredible, and we were able as a family to kind of see all of the different options that you have available to you. So during her treatment, she did chemo, radiation, chemo again, and then had a surgery. And she has been now 5 years cancer-free.
That's great.
And while she was there, she not only got those traditional treatments that we usually think about, but she was also working with a nutritionist. She had an acupuncturist. She worked with a naturopathic doctor. So she had all these different influences and holistic means of healing alongside traditional things that we know work. And that was my first taste of this other side of healthcare. So after her experience, I knew I wanted to go into healthcare, knew that I did not want to be a doctor or a nurse because I don't mind needles, but the blood thing is not my strong suit. And so I decided to go into pharmacy. So I went to college to be a pharmacist, and I hated everything about it. But my path led me to work at a local pharmacy in my hometown, and that's where I saw 2 things. The first being that I absolutely hated being a pharmacist, and I could never dream of doing that all day, every day. And the second being that there is a huge gap in education in our society when it comes to healthcare and wellness. So I decided right then and there that I would go into nutrition to help people with cancer, just like me, with a parent or a family member that has cancer, and people with diabetes. Because Katie, every time somebody came in to pick up their insulin, they would also grab 4 candy bars off of the counter because their doctor told them that they had this magic fix. Take your insulin and you'll be good to go. You can live life normally. But I have a feeling that most of you watching don't want to live normally. You want to live your best life, feel the best you've ever felt. And that's a possibility at any age, any stage. So I switched a little bit, got my degree through Purdue University online, and I'm now a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition Science.
Well, that is awesome and interesting how things in your life led you to where you are now and finding your passion and bridging that gap with education, because the food can be your friend and can be healing, but it can also be this food fight concept.
Absolutely.
And so one of the things you'll see on Rexpert is food fights. What, Bailey, tell us, what are food fights?
Food fights are my baby. I do not have any real babies yet. Food fights are your one-stop shop to learning about illness so that you can prevent it. I believe that knowledge is power, and if you don't know why, you likely won't receive the end result very well. Did you know that you are 90% more likely to achieve a goal if you write it down? And that same concept applies when you are eating food. If you know why you are making the choice to grab yogurt out of the fridge instead of queso dip, you are much more likely to grab that yogurt, even though the queso probably sounds better. Most of the time, you're going to make that healthier choice because you know what it's going to do for you in the long run. So food fights are an 8-week course where you get the education behind a specific disease that maybe you've battled in the past, have right now, or just have a family member that has it that you want to stay away from as much as you possibly can. It includes meal plans, live Q&As, so that you can really take the information and work it into your lifestyle, because everybody makes different choices every day. Katie is vegan, and she is healthy and thriving. She's a marathoner, which I could never personally do. And there's so many different ways to mix and match concepts and principles and food items to really fuel your unique body. And that's where all of it comes from, is a heart for serving the individual as the unique person that they are.
I love that, and really working with, like you said, their specific goals and routines.
Absolutely.
And getting you to the best version of yourself. So, you know, at Rexpert, we talk about anything from the performance skill base through recovery, and then in the middle, right, you can't work out a bad diet. You have to fuel that from the inside out, and I love that that's what Bailey is doing, is educating you, right, filling that gap. And utilizing these real resources here right in front of us, and on tips and tricks like we learned today. So, Bailey, what is your favorite part about working as a nutrition counselor?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I actually just had a client today. She was here earlier, and her goal when she came in about 2 months ago was to finally get back to hiking. She's had some inflammation going on, an injury in her knee, and really just felt like doctors weren't listening to her, and she couldn't lose the weight so that she could work out to help her knee. Well, we've been working together for 2 months now, and this past weekend, she went on a 3-hour hike, 3 mile, with her sons, and that was something we didn't expect her to do for 6 full months.
Oh, wow.
She's lost 2% body fat, she's lost a half a liter of fat around her organs.
Wow.
And just hearing how empowered and excited she was that making small changes in her diet and her exercise have made such tremendous changes in her life already after such a short amount of time, it fills me up, and it just tells me that this calling is so needed, and that I've been placed in just exactly the right spot, and I love getting to celebrate the wins with you as a client.
Love that. The little small wins that accumulate to those big changes in life, and
Absolutely.
with that knowledge and coaching that goes with that. So who's your ideal customer?
Oh, my ideal customer is, like I said, someone who really just wants to be healthy and wants a streamlined approach to doing that.
Okay.
There's so much information out there on the internet. You can Google how to be healthy and you're going to get 100 different answers, and how do you know which one is right?
Right.
And so I really have a mission to just streamline that process and help you understand that your genetics are a comma, not a period. And what that means is that you have a lot of power and control over how your genes are expressed. And one of the ways that you can change that is through the foods that you eat, the things that you choose every single day, and empowering you to use that as a tool, use that as empowerment to overcome your family history of disease or illness.
Awesome. So, your ideal customer, and you can find Bailey with Be Well Health and Wellness Consultant.
That's me.
On Rexpert.com. So if you are a busy family, and mom or dad, whoever you're looking for, you can find for that nutrition piece to add it to your workout routine and make the right choices for those small goals to get to those big goals in your life. Check out Bailey French. So finally, is there anything else that you want to add before we close off this Facebook Live today?
Ooh, I do. I would like to ask you a question.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I'd like to know what your biggest question is about nutrition, if you have any.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, for me, my biggest challenge in nutrition right now is I'm Ironman training, and I've already not had enough calories. Like I had like a breakfast and I'm about to do a workout and I haven't eaten all day. So my challenge is, how do you get enough calories without feeling like you've eaten too much or too little, or I can still, swim, bike, and run. For me, it's not getting enough food for energy all day long.
I hear you. That is really tough, especially because most of us already don't eat enough.
Mm-hmm.
We are low on calories and it's slowing down your metabolism. But a really good way to quickly and easily increase your calorie intake is going to be to focus on protein and fat.
Okay.
So this little afternoon snack that we made,
yes, I can't wait to eat it.
should be a daily go-to for Katie right now, because fat and protein are naturally higher in calories. Think about it. Fruits and vegetables are carbohydrates, and they are really nutrient dense but calorie poor. So in this specific season of life, Katie needs to focus on those really calorie-heavy meals, getting lots of protein and healthy fats in, and then making sure that you are fueling up with some carbohydrates.
Yes.
About an hour, maybe 2 before your workout, so you have enough energy to get through.
Excellent. Yes, I know. I went to a nutritionist a couple years ago, and that was a theme too. She said, I'm not eating enough. And I think just in general, I've heard that as a theme for folks. Like, once they do go to a nutritionist, they find out that like little bits all day long and keeping your metabolism going. But.
Absolutely. Quick tip for you, every 2 to 3 hours is a good time to at least have a little bit of snack, especially if you're someone that can work all day and not pick your head up. Taking something with you that you can sit at your desk and eat, set a timer or an alarm if you need to. That's going to help keep you satisfied, keep you from getting hangry, and help your metabolism start to ramp back up.
Awesome. Well, these are just the short little quick tips from Bailey, but she's got a wealth of information, and I highly recommend her for your nutrition services and coaching. You can find her on www.rexpert.com, or you can find her here in Mosaic Theory. But you can purchase her services. Food Fight is on there as well. It gets a lot of attention. So thank you so much, everybody, for viewing today, and we hope to see you next time for Meet the Rexperts.
See you guys soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for being a part of this conversation today. By sharing with just one friend, you are not only showing the people that you love that you care about them, but you are helping this message that healthy does not have to be so hard reach hundreds of other people. Be sure to check out the show notes and visit www.bewellhwc.com for more information and to subscribe to the show so that you get notified every time there is a new episode available for you to learn more health tips and help you achieve your healthiest self. I cannot wait to sit down and chat with you again so soon. Until then, stay well.